Career Paths, Nutrition and Dietetics. Book 1. Unit 1, Fruits and Vegetables. Exercise 5, page 5.
Eating well. Why are fruits and vegetables so important? Fruits are classified as those plant parts that have the seed. Vegetables are plants and parts of the plant that are grown for the purpose of being eaten. Edible parts include bulbs, flowers, leaves, roots, and stems. Fruits include tomatoes and olives, despite the fact that these are considered to be vegetables in the supermarkets. Popular fruits and vegetables include strawberries, grapes, apples, onions, and potatoes. They provide us with vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and starches. We usually eat more of them when we are trying to lose weight, as they don't have many calories. Both fruits and vegetables have plenty of antioxidants, which help protect the human body from oxidant stress and develop the capability to fight against diseases by boosting immunity.
Unit 2, Cereal Grains. Exercise 5, page 7.
Cereal grains, the most important food in the world. Cereal grains make up most of the calories people eat worldwide. They are actually grasses which are cultivated for their seeds. They include barley, corn, millet, oats, rice, rye, sorghum, and wheat. Cereal grains contain amino acids, vitamins, minerals, approximately 11% protein, 3% fat, 12% moisture, 68% carbohydrates, and 6% fiber. Corn is widely produced for both human and animal food, and wheat is the grain that is produced for human food in the largest quantity. Although cereals are mostly eaten for breakfast, they are acceptable as the main component of any meal.
Unit 3, Meat. Exercise 5, page 9.
Useful information about meat and its nutritional value. Meat such as beef or poultry is a good nutritional choice for the main ingredient in the meal because it is not only a fine protein food, but also a useful source of vitamins, minerals, iron, and energy. When we talk about meat, we usually mean lean meat, that is the flesh, muscular parts of animals. The other two categories are medium fat meat and high fat meat. It is not usually cooked or eaten until it has been stored or hung for a time to improve taste and tenderness. The vital organs of animals, such as the liver and the kidneys, have higher nutritional value than flesh. Meat can be cooked in several ways: rare, medium, well done, or overdone.
Unit 4, Poultry. Exercise 5, page 11.
Department of Health. Newsletter. Poultry. Useful information and nutritional value. The most commonly eaten poultry is chicken, duck, and turkey. People eat poultry mostly because of its dietary health benefits and its low cost. Chicken is low in fat and has low cholesterol content. The egg has 3 parts: the shell, which is hard, made from calcium carbonate, chalk, and protects the contents. The egg white, which is a colorless liquid composed of water and protein, and the yolk, which contains proteins and fat. Poultry can be grilled, roasted, skewered, or stewed. It can be fried, but that's unhealthy.
Unit 5. Dairy Products. Exercise 5, page 13.
Magazine article. Dairy and its benefits. Milk is one of the most valuable foods available to us from animals, as it is a rich source of vitamins and helps fight against heart disease and cancer. This is because it contains protein, calcium, and phosphorus in their most digestible form. Additionally, many people enjoy drinking milk as it is slightly sweet. It is important to note that due to the fact that it is a rich source of nutrients, it is an ideal place for the growth of bacteria. For this reason, we pasteurize and sterilize milk. There are lots of types of cheeses, and they vary from soft to hard and from mild to strong-flavored. Butter is animal fat, made mostly from cow's milk, while margarine is made from oil. Their nutritional value is similar. Yogurt is made from milk that has been fermented, and it is nutritionally similar to milk.
Unit 6. Fish. Exercise 5, page 15.
The benefits of eating fish. Fish is often eaten as an alternative to meat, as it provides a good source of protein and vitamins. Fish can be classified as follows: saltwater fish such as tuna and cod, or freshwater fish such as trout. They can be scaly or smooth-skinned fish, and white or oily fish. White fish have most of their fat stored in the liver, whereas the fat in oily fish is distributed throughout the flesh. Halibut liver oil and cod liver oil are valuable sources of vitamins A, D, and omega-3 fatty acids. Oily-fleshed fish, such as sardines, release much of their oil when cooked or canned. Fried or breaded are popular ways of serving it. Shellfish, such as prawns, mussels, and crab, are also considered to have many nutritional benefits. Seafood is packed with protein and is nutrient-dense, so it provides the body with essential vitamins and minerals. It is also low in calories and has hardly any saturated fat or sodium. This is why it is recommended people eat 2 or more servings a week.
Unit 7. Baked Goods. Exercise 5, page 17.
Sam's Family Bakers. Our sliced bread, both white and whole grain, and other baked goods, cakes, cookies, rolls, pies, and donuts, are made by hand and to the highest standards available. We take pride in making our bread according to traditional family recipes, which have been passed down from generation to generation. Our passion for baking bread comes from our belief that it is the most important food available. Why? Bread provides us with energy, protein, iron, calcium, and vitamin B. The reason for bread's popularity is that wheat grains grow in nearly all the inhabited parts of the world. Therefore, it is cheap to produce and readily available. The flour used for making bread is usually of the hard type, which is higher in protein than that of the soft wheat types. By adding yeast, water, salt, and olive oil to the flour, we produce the dough to bake in the oven. Come and visit Sam's Family Bakers and ask us about how we make our delicious baked goods.
Unit 9. Dried Fruit and Nuts. Exercise 5, page 21.
The healthiest way to snack. Dried fruits and nuts are extremely healthy, nutritious snacks. They are a great natural source of vitamins, minerals, protein, fat, antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and fiber. They help prevent high blood pressure, cholesterol, heart disease, and they even lower cancer risk. As long as the portion is small, dried fruit and nuts should be eaten daily and can even help with weight loss. That's because even a small serving can satisfy hunger. Dried fruit and nuts contain fiber and it takes longer for the body to digest it, so you feel full longer. And compared to fresh fruit, pound for pound, dried fruit actually has more antioxidants and fiber. In some cases, over 300% more. You can easily decrease your total calories by as much as 10% by simply adding about 14 grams of fiber to your daily diet. Next time you want something sweet at snack time, you can try increasing your intake of these dried fruits instead. Dried apricots, dried figs, raisins, dried dates, prunes, these are all good for you. Or perhaps you prefer nuts. Try mixing up a bag of almonds, cashews, and hazelnuts for a delicious and healthy snack.
Unit 8. Beverages. Exercise 5, page 19.
What is your favorite drink doing to your body? Did you know that we can drink 2 to 4 cups of coffee a day? However, too much caffeine can result in anxiety, insomnia, sweating, tenseness, and headaches. It can also make it harder to concentrate. Too much coffee can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and heart attacks. Many people drink little or no water as they prefer tea or coffee. Human bodies are able to extract the water from these drinks, and they serve almost as well as pure water. However, the other ingredients in black tea and coffee are of little nutritional value. Tea and coffee contain caffeine and tannin, which has a bitter taste. Caffeine is a stimulant drug and increases the respiration rate, heart rate, blood pressure, as well as the secretion of hormones that cause stress. Cocoa is rich in nutrients and contains protein, fat, carbohydrates, and flavonols, which help prevent high blood pressure. Soft drinks contain carbon dioxide, gas, and sugar. They may contain little or no fruit, and they are not nutritious.
Unit 11. Human Anatomy. Exercise 5, page 25.
Human anatomy. The human body is best described as an efficient machine that relies on a number of sophisticated systems to function. The respiratory system absorbs oxygen. The cardiovascular system distributes the oxygen-enriched blood throughout the body. Food that can be digested is converted into energy by the digestive system, and food that cannot be used is disposed of. The body relies on the skeletal muscular system for movement, shape, and to protect the organs. It is made up of muscles, joints, and about 200 bones, which are connected to each other by tendons and ligaments. The body has a special covering called skin. The average adult body has 8 pounds of skin that has an area of 20 square feet. The study of the structure of this machine is called anatomy.
Unit 10. Organic Food. Exercise 5, page 23.
The Department of Agriculture. Products must meet specific requirements in order to be labeled as organic. It starts with the soil. Genetically modified organisms, GMOs, synthetic pesticides, and petroleum-based fertilizers are prohibited from being used. Next is space. The field must remain separate from conventional non-organic crops and herbs and include a buffer zone between them. The crops themselves cannot have any modifications. Organic livestock production must not restrict the animals to the indoors. The animals need fresh air, so they must be provided with access to the outdoors, and they must be fed organic products. The use of growth hormones and animal byproducts are forbidden. Benefits. Organic products have not been exposed to harmful chemicals. Organic food is typically fresher. Some organic products are richer in certain nutrients. People who eat organic food are healthier.
Unit 12, Digestive System, Part 1. Exercise 5, page 27.
The digestive system. From ingestion to digestion. The digestive system processes the food so that it can be used for energy. It includes all the organs and glands involved in the ingestion and digestion of the food. The process begins in the mouth, where food is thoroughly chewed, chopped, and crushed by the teeth. Saliva secreted by the salivary glands produces enzymes that help break down the food's carbohydrates. After food has been chewed, it passes through the esophagus into the stomach. Peristaltic movements in the walls of the esophagus help push the food along the alimentary canal. The muscular walls of the stomach continue the mixing process while secreting hydrochloric acid from the 35 million glands in the stomach lining.
Unit 14, The Nervous System. Exercise 5, page 31.
The nervous system. The nervous system controls all other body systems and bodily movements. In addition to that, it also helps the body adjust to external and internal changes. Nerves carry sensory impulses to the CNS, central nervous system, and motor impulses from the central nervous system. Motor impulses are those that control the muscles. Sensory impulses affect the senses that enable human beings to feel, see, taste, smell, and hear. The central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord, and the PNS, peripheral nervous system, the nerves and sensory organs, make up the nervous system. The brain is not only the most important component of the nervous system, but it is also in charge of all bodily activities, thoughts, and emotions.
Unit 13, Digestive System, Part 2. Exercise 5, page 29.
The digestive system, the stomach and eliminating waste. After 30 minutes to 3 hours in the stomach, the food is converted into a semi-liquid state and passes into the small intestine, a tube about 20 feet long located in the lower abdomen. Here, enzymes from the pancreatic fluid and bile from the liver complete the digestive process. Nutrients are absorbed into the blood. Then they are used in maintaining the body or are burned up for energy. What cannot be absorbed is passed through the large intestine as feces. Liquid wastes are eliminated through urine. Problems during digestion: discomfort in the stomach, bloating, accumulation of gas in the stomach, heartburn, a form of indigestion felt as a burning sensation, vomiting, ejecting matter from the stomach through the mouth, constipation, when feces are dry and evacuation is difficult.
Unit 15, The Endocrine System. Exercise 5, page 33.
The endocrine system. The endocrine system carries hormones which are secreted by glands directly into the bloodstream. These hormones control many functions of the body, including the body's ability to convert calories into energy. Additionally, the endocrine system regulates reproduction, metabolism, growth and development, mood, and mental abilities. The thyroid gland, for example, secretes thyroxine, which controls the rate at which energy is produced, the metabolic rate. A hormone imbalance occurs when a gland produces incorrect levels of an endocrine hormone. To improve the metabolism's efficiency so as to lose weight, it is crucial to take one's hormones into consideration.
Career Paths, Nutrition and Dietetics. Book 2. Unit 1, Pregnancy. Exercise 5, page 5.
Nutrition for a healthy pregnancy. Eating well is a top priority for many pregnant women, and rightly so. Your pregnant body is working really hard at this time, making that bundle of joy into a tiny human. So it's best to invest a little time getting to know the basics about how to eat right during pregnancy. Here are some tips to get you started. Make sure you are eating enough. Depending on your size prior to getting pregnant, you will need to make sure you are putting on enough weight. Guidelines suggest that you need about 300 extra calories per day in your second trimester and 500 extra calories per day in your third trimester. Don't forget your prenatal vitamin supplements. This is especially important for making sure you get enough folic acid, a shortage of which has been linked to birth defects. Eat a balanced diet. Make sure you are eating enough calcium-rich foods, lean protein, and whole grains. You might find it helpful to plan your meals or cook in advance if you are working. Safety first. It's best to avoid food that has any chance of giving you food poisoning. Generally, it is best to avoid anything with raw eggs or raw seafood. Also, some fish like swordfish have high levels of mercury, so avoid those too. And don't forget to continue watching what you eat after the baby comes, especially if you are breastfeeding.
Unit 2, Lactation. Exercise 5, page 7.
An introduction to the lactation period. Breastfeeding, or nursing, provides babies with nutrients that will promote their growth and health. It is also good for the mother, as it can help with bonding. It is cheaper and can lower the risk of some cancers, obesity, and osteoporosis. Some women choose to breastfeed exclusively, whilst others supplement with formula milk. Women need more energy during the lactation period. This means they need more calories, around 500 more. These should come from foods rich in nutrients and protein. By including a wide variety of food in their diet, women can change the flavor of their breast milk. This also introduces the baby to new tastes. On the other hand, certain foods and drinks could cause an allergic reaction. If the baby develops a rash or has any unusual symptoms soon after nursing, a doctor should be consulted. A breastfeeding mother does not need to drink milk to make milk. However, it is essential that she drinks water and other fluids frequently. Sugary drinks and too many juices should be avoided, as should tea and coffee, because of their caffeine content. Some herbal teas may be a good alternative.
Unit 3, Infant Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 9.
First foods. Now what? Mothers have a lot of questions about feeding babies their first foods. When should I begin solids? How much should my infant be eating? Will they choke? Do I stop giving milk? What foods should I give first? It's a maze, and you can understandably get lost in it. Your pediatrician will no doubt give you the step-by-step guidelines. They usually recommend rice cereal be introduced first, because it is easy to digest. Fruits and vegetables are introduced after cereal, or at the same time. There are many commercial baby foods available, but many mothers choose to make fresh foods daily for their little ones. There are many recipes available online, and lots of helpful advice on ingredients and cooking times. Just remember not to add any sugar or salt. In the first stages of food eating, it is advised that you offer food that does not require much chewing, as mature chewing skills have not yet been developed. Here we share wisdom from first-time moms who tackled the infant feeding challenge. Jane.
I didn't wean right away. I kept giving my son breastfeeds in between his meals. I found this kept him calm throughout the day.
Heather.
I started my 8-month-old daughter on a little bit of avocado and banana. She loved them.
Millie.
I mashed up some of the foods I cooked, like pasta and meat, but others I gave to her in little bits to chew on, like pieces of a soft-boiled carrot or potato.
Emma.
My pediatrician told me to start solids at 6 months. It seems a bit early to me.
Unit 4, Toddler and Preschooler Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 11.
No more mealtime madness. Children are never too young to establish healthy eating habits and good nutrition. Parents should consider that their own eating habits have a major impact on their children. We know that toddlers and preschoolers have extra nutritional needs as they are growing quickly, both physically and cognitively. However, all too often as parents we are faced with a picky eater or a tantrum at mealtime. That makes the task of feeding our little ones seem huge. So, how do you restore order? All it takes is some careful planning. Children do better when they eat on a schedule. Try to keep playtime and mealtime fixed every day. If a toddler gets too tired, they are unlikely to want to eat the meal you lovingly prepared. Most children in this age range have a smaller appetite than we expect. A serving size doesn't need to be big. Offer them 3 balanced meals daily, but they will probably only eat 1 or 2. Feeding them 5 to 6 times a day is completely normal. Give them a reward if you feel you need to. Just make sure they are not food-related. So, for good mealtime behavior, you could reward them with a trip to the park, not with ice cream. Toddlers and preschoolers love to be part of the grown-up world. Cooking together is a wonderful opportunity to make eating fun. You could also take them for a picnic in the park. Children love to eat outdoors.
Unit 5, Child and Pre-Adolescent Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 13.
Department of Education. Role of schools in preventing child obesity. Extensive research conducted in schools across the country revealed a great increase in child obesity. Children aged 6 to 12, including pre-adolescents, appear to be heavier than children of the same age group 10 or 20 years ago. The school environment must support healthy eating and exercise patterns. Consequently, a careful and coordinated school nutrition policy should be implemented in our educational system. Nutrition Education Guidelines. Nutrition experts should be invited to schools to inform students, teachers, and parents about ways to adopt a healthy diet. Projects that promote healthy nutrition must be carried out in classes through inventive, fun, and participatory activities. Any company selling food and drinks in schools and school cafeterias must be forced to sell healthy food. The importance of physical activity both in and out of school should be stressed and promoted. Regular evaluation of the effectiveness of the implemented programs must be carried out, and reports must be sent to the Department of Education. It must be stressed that overweight children are at high risk of becoming overweight adults.
Unit 6. Adolescent Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 15.
Adolescent development. Adolescence is the period of life during which developmental changes that have started in the pre-adolescent period reach a peak. The physical transformation of a child into a young adult is called puberty. Early adolescence is 11 to 14 years, middle adolescence 15 to 17 years, and late adolescence is 18 to 21 years. Though age is an important index of adolescence, SMR, sexual maturation rating, is another crucial index that nutrition experts should take into account before designing a dietary plan. Due to the radical physical growth that occurs, the needs for energy, minerals, and proteins increase, thus making proper nutrition essential. Factors that might negatively affect adolescents' eating habits are the need for independence. Teenagers tend to reject their parents and have the feeling of being invincible, thus ignoring the impact that unhealthy nutrition might have on their adult life. The need for peer acceptance. Teenagers want to fit in with a group of peers by adopting their food preferences. It may result in skipping homemade food and eating junk food 3 to 4 times a week, which may cause decreased intake of nutrient-dense foods. Role models. Teenagers, especially girls, are often influenced by the skinny models in fashion magazines and often adopt fad diets that might cause eating disorders. Also, boys might take anabolic steroids or other supplements in order to increase their muscle development, which might cause irreversible damage to their health.
Unit 7. Adult Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 17.
Healthy living. Advice Corner. How do we define adulthood? Well, officially it is classified as follows. Early adulthood or young adults are those aged 18 to 35. Midlife are those from about 45 to 64 years old, and old age, older adults, are those who are 65 plus, although it is said that we are only as old as we feel. By the time we reach adulthood, most of our growth and development is over, and nutrients are mainly used for body repair and maintenance. The changes in body composition include a decrease in lean mass, increase in fat, and a reduction in bone density. Therefore, careful weight management and muscle maintenance are crucial during adulthood. Unfortunately, in today's world, obesity is steadily on the rise. Avoiding putting on excess weight is not always easy. This is why we have put together some helpful tips for you. Try to include a wide variety of foods and never skip meals, especially breakfast. Adopt a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, 5 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. Calcium, dairy products, salmon, for strong bones. Iron, spinach, liver, beans. Carbohydrates, whole grain bread, pasta. Grains, pulses, beans. Drink plenty of fluids, at least 64 fluid ounces a day. Limit the amount of fat, especially saturated fat, and salt. Eliminate trans fats found in processed food. Exercise regularly. Bear in mind that no food is good or bad. If serving sizes are kept reasonable, there is no need to eliminate favorite foods.
Unit 8. Nutrition for Older Adults. Exercise 5, page 19.
Minerals. Nutritional guidelines for older adults. The need for protein is the same for older adults as it is for younger ones. However, as you grow older, you have to get this protein from less food, so you must seek out low-calorie sources of high-quality protein. Fat should be limited in the older person's diet because cutting fat helps cut calories. It may also help retard the development of atherosclerosis, cancer, arthritis, and other degenerative diseases. Complex carbohydrate foods in great varieties should be emphasized in the older person's diet. They contain a generous array of vitamins, minerals, and fibers. Lastly, an increase of fiber could prevent constipation and lower blood cholesterol. Water and physical activity. Don't forget to drink a lot of water every day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Don't forget to exercise. Walking or swimming are perfect, 2 to 3 times a week. Some suggestions. Potassium. Legumes, sweet potatoes for low blood pressure. Magnesium, leafy vegetables, nuts, whole grains to prevent stomach and intestinal problems. Calcium, dairy products, salmon for strong bones. Vitamin A, spinach, broccoli, carrots for good vision and a healthy immune system. Vitamin C, fruits and vegetables to protect your cells from damage. Vitamin D, mackerel, liver, egg yolks for a strong heart.
Unit 9. Vegetarian Diet. Exercise 5, page 21.
Choosing to be vegetarian. The reasons why people choose to adopt a vegetarian diet vary. They are often related to morals. People learn about how animals raised for food are treated and forced to live in overcrowded conditions before the slaughtering process. Health benefits. Vegetarians avoid the unpleasant health problems caused by meat eating. Religion. Some religions forbid specific or all meat eating. Some people start by eliminating red meat first, and then poultry and fish. Eventually, they may abstain from dairy products and eggs, and even honey. Some people might be under the assumption that a vegetarian diet lacks in nutrients, but this is not true. It is believed that protein is only found in meat. Yet beans, nuts, and soy can provide adequate amounts of protein. On the other hand, vegans should take a supplement of vitamin B12 and foods fortified with vitamin B12 to avoid anemia and nervous system deterioration. The recommended dose of vitamin B12 is 2.4 micrograms per day. Foods fortified with B12 include some plant milks, soy products, and some breakfast cereals. Types of vegetarians. Vegans. Strict vegetarians who eat no animal food or their products, as well as honey. Lacto-vegetarians. Abstain from all animal-derived foods, even eggs, but eat dairy products. Lacto-ovo-vegetarians. Exclude meat, fish, and poultry, but consume eggs and dairy products. Pescatarians, or pesco-vegetarians. Exclude meat, but eat fish, eggs, and dairy products.
Unit 10. Eating Disorders 1. Exercise 5. Page 23.
Anorexia and bulimia. What are these eating disorders and what are the signs? Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder where someone hardly eats because they believe they are overweight. In reality, they are actually underweight. This is all compounded by the fact that they are afraid to put on any weight, so they nearly starve themselves. People suffering with anorexia usually do not want to talk about it. Generally, their extreme weight loss is used to mask some deeper psychological problems. Some problem they feel they cannot control, but they can control their weight, so they focus their energy on that. Some warning signs include tiredness and trouble sleeping, fainting spells, feeling cold, dry skin, and thinning hair. Bulimia nervosa is a life-threatening eating disorder typified by binging and purging. Similar to anorexia, people struggling with bulimia do not like their body, so they are overly critical of themselves. They will eat a large meal and then deeply regret it. In an attempt to lose weight, they may abuse laxatives and diuretics. Out of fear of putting on a single pound, they may go through periods of fasting and exercising compulsively. This self-destructive behavior can have long-lasting effects on the body, including heart and kidney failure. Some warning signs include eating uncontrollably followed by forced vomiting, refraining from eating specific foods, dehydration, and feeling anxious and/or depressed.
Unit 11. Eating Disorders 2. Exercise 5, page 25.
Binge eating, when excessive eating becomes a disorder. Binge eating disorder, BED, is when someone cannot stop themselves from eating too much. They eat a large amount of food in a short amount of time, usually in secret, and often to the point of feeling physically uncomfortable. This is soon followed by a feeling of guilt. Binge eating disorder is similar to bulimia, but the person does not purge the calories afterwards through vomiting or excessive exercise. For some people, binging is a way of coping with psychological issues, such as depression, anxiety, or bipolar disorder. Who it affects. It usually begins in early adulthood, late teens, early 20s, and most often to people who struggle with dieting and have weight fluctuations, poor self-image, low self-esteem, and suffer from stress. With the right treatment, complete recovery is possible. Treatment is twofold, addressing both the physical and the emotional issues. Physically, part of the plan is restoring healthy nutrition levels in the body. This may include the introduction of vitamin supplements. Emotionally, individual or family psychotherapy is often recommended. This may include a family-based plan, such as the Maudsley approach, which can help people heal from traumatic life events and adopt healthy ways of expressing emotions and maintaining healthy and stable relationships. Therapy is often coupled with medications such as antidepressants, antipsychotics, or mood stabilizers. These tend to be effective for treating anxiety or depression. There are some cases where patients are required to be hospitalized due to malnutrition.
Unit 12, Athletic Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 27.
Top nutrition for athletes. Think of your body as a machine. It needs energy to function, and its performance depends on your maintenance. Your food source is your fuel source, and you need it to power you through a workout. And the longer and more intense a workout is, the more endurance you'll require. On top of helping your stamina, food is just as important for recovery. Your main source of fuel will come from carbohydrates. That's because your body can convert them into a type of sugar called glucose. It gets stored in your muscles as glycogen. This is what your body uses for energy when you're exercising. But if you allow yourself to run low and become carb depleted, fatigue can set in. Now that you know how to fuel up, it's time to look at maintenance. This is where protein comes in. It acts as the building blocks of the body. Protein is not only used to help build muscles, but it also aids in the repair of body tissues. Tips for optimal performance. Since carbohydrates provide energy, how much you need depends on how long your workout lasts. Generally, carbohydrates should make up over half of your total calories. Load up on whole wheat bread, pasta, fresh fruit, and vegetables. Stay away from starchy foods and sugary snacks. They will actually increase the rate of dehydration in your body and cause your workout to fizzle fast. After a grueling workout, be sure to reload on carbohydrates. Load up on high-quality protein like lean meats, fish, and eggs. Milk and low-fat chocolate milk provides your body with what it needs after a strenuous workout. This is due to its protein content. 80% casein and 20% whey protein. The latter is fast-acting, resulting in amino acids getting to the muscles for a quick recovery, while the former releases the amino acids slowly to ensure that recovery continues.
Unit 13, Alcohol and Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 29.
Alcohol and its effects on the body. When alcohol enters the body, it has special privileges. Alcohol molecules are tiny and they need no digestion. They can diffuse as soon as they arrive, right through the walls of the stomach, and they reach the brain immediately. One might become intoxicated right away if the stomach is empty. If the stomach is full of food, the molecules of alcohol have less chance of touching the walls and diffusing through to reach the brain. Carbohydrate snacks are best suited for slowing down alcohol absorption. High-fat snacks help too, because they slow peristalsis. This keeps the alcohol in the stomach longer. Abusing alcohol has an inevitable consequence: nutrient deficiencies. This is because food is displaced by alcohol and alcohol contains empty calories. It has no nutritional value. To make matters worse, alcohol interferes with the body's ability to use nutrients, making them ineffective even if they are present. Alcoholic drinks are made of natural starch and sugar. Being high in sugar, they contain lots of calories, up to 110 calories in 1 fluid ounce. The flow of alcohol in the body. From the moment alcohol reaches the brain, it begins to sedate the frontal lobe, the reasoning part. If more alcohol is consumed, the part of the brain responsible for speech and vision becomes narcotized. With more alcohol, the cells of the brain in charge of large muscle control become affected and the person staggers. If drinking continues, it is possible for the conscious part of the brain to be subdued to the point that the person passes out. Had the person been able to drink more, the alcohol would affect the deep centers of the brain that control breathing and the heart. That is to say, the person could die. Cirrhosis takes 10 to 20 years to develop.
Unit 14, Nutrition and Diabetes. Exercise 5, page 31.
Learning about diabetes. Most adults with diabetes have the hereditary type, known as type 2 or non-insulin dependent. They secrete insulin, but it is ineffective. The diet of a person with type 2 diabetes must be adjusted to enable the body's own insulin to do its work, so that no insulin shots are needed. The rarer type of diabetes, type 1 or insulin dependent, occurs in fewer than 20% of all cases. It involves a total lack of insulin, caused by an autoimmune disease or viral infection, and it requires insulin shots. People with diabetes must avoid concentrated sugar, and their diet must contain balanced meals, providing a constant, steady, and moderate flow of glucose to the bloodstream. Secondly, physical activity, weight control, or weight loss should be encouraged. Carbohydrates, sugars, starch, and fiber, are an important part of a healthy diet for people with diabetes. The best sources of carbohydrates are whole foods, such as fruits and vegetables, beans, whole grains, and low-fat dairy products. Fats, trans fats, and sodium should be eliminated, while protein from lean meats, poultry, and fish should be included.
Unit 15, Nutrition and Cancer. Exercise 5, page 33.
Nutrition and cancer, the importance of a healthy diet. Cancer is a complex disease, and there are few answers regarding its cause. It usually takes a long time to develop, making it difficult to establish a cause and effect relationship. Consequently, there are two ways of protecting ourselves: constant checkups and a healthy lifestyle that includes getting regular physical activity, eating a balanced diet, and not smoking. The role of nutrition is crucial, as several constituents in foods may be responsible for developing cancer, speeding its development, or inhibiting the disease after it has appeared. It is known that the immune system plays a key role in stopping cancer development, and a diet that fails to provide the essential nutrients weakens the body's immune defense, making cancer more likely. During treatment such as radiation therapy, chemotherapy, immunotherapy, photodynamic therapy, or anti-angiogenesis therapy, a healthy diet is beneficial. It helps the body respond to treatment as well as speed up recovery. Some of the recommendations generally accepted after scientific research are to eat a variety of foods, according to the Food Guide Pyramid, exercise and maintain a healthy weight, eliminate saturated fats, trans fats, alcohol, and smoking. Check whether the additives and E-numbers that exist in several foods are approved. Avoid canned and smoked foods, and watch out for toxic substances in drinking water.
Career Paths, Nutrition and Dietetics. Book 3. Unit 1, Nutritionist or Dietitian. Exercise 5, page 5.
Choosing the right professional to help you in the area of nutrition and diet. Professionals working in the field of nutrition include dietitian, nutritionist, registered dietitian, diet consultant, nutrition scientist, certified clinical nutritionist, sports nutritionist, sports dietitian, nutritionist dietitian. All the titles above, and a lot of others, have to do with professionals working with human nutrition and dietetics. The plethora of titles might confuse or mislead people searching for professional help, though. In this article, we'll try to shed light on all these titles and help you make up your mind about who exactly you need, although the choice of the professional who is going to help you with your health is up to you. Different professional terms are used in different countries and employment settings. What is widely accepted is all dietitians are nutritionists, but not all nutritionists are dietitians. Most countries require both nutritionists and dietitians to be licensed, and each country sets its own requirements about licensing, registration, and certification for the particular profession. In order to be called a registered dietitian, RD, in most countries, a bachelor's degree is required. Further exams must be passed, and continuous training is necessary in order to maintain the credentials. Also, RDs often have a master's degree or a doctorate, and many specialize in a specific area, such as pediatric or diabetic nutrition. Furthermore, RDs are usually members of national or international associations, such as the ADA, American Dietetic Association, which has changed to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Nutritionists usually emphasize alternative therapies, such as homeopathy and herbology. Certified clinical nutritionists, CCN, often require further studies in science and extra exams and obtaining a license. Sports nutritionists are usually experienced RDs with postgraduate studies or specialization in athletic nutrition and performance.
Unit 2, Clinical Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 7.
Careers in clinical nutrition. Clinical nutrition is the study of which and how many nutrients are essential for the body to function, and how what we eat may affect our health and well-being. Clinical nutritionists, CN, find out whether nutrients are processed, absorbed, and stored adequately, as well as how many are discarded by the body. They assess people's nutritional needs based on family and medical history, lifestyle, and laboratory tests. They also make recommendations on people's diet and individual needs. Moreover, clinical nutritionists study how the environment influences the quality and safety of food, as well as how it affects people's health. They can work in hospitals, healthcare facilities, prisons and nursing homes, as pharmaceutical sales reps, or as clinical researchers. Education, degree in dietetics, further studies and specialization in clinical nutrition. Job duties. In collaboration with other healthcare providers, CNs are responsible for identifying nutritional problems, assessing the nutritional status, and determining the dietary restrictions of patients. Then they plan therapeutic dietary measures that will help the patient's overall care and faster recovery. Lastly, CNs have to monitor and modify the proposed diets, aiming at making them as effective as possible. Once a patient leaves a hospital, CNs have to inform the patient's families about the proposed dietary menu and its proper preparation.
Unit 3, Sports Nutrition. Exercise 5, page 9.
Pursuing a career in sports nutrition. Sports nutrition is the study and practice of nutrition and diet in relation to athletic performance. A sports nutritionist is responsible for recommending the most suitable types and amounts of food and fluids to be taken by an athlete in order to boost his/her athletic performance. It is also the sports nutritionist's duty to choose, if needed, the appropriate type of supplements and extra nutrients to help the athlete's body resist demanding training and eventually be able to perform at its optimum level. Lastly, sports nutritionists have to collaborate with the athletes and coaches to monitor athletes' performance and well-being in order to make the appropriate changes if necessary. Education. A degree in the field of food and nutrition, dietetics, or sports nutrition is necessary. A certificate, or even better, a master's degree or a PhD in sports nutrition is an extra qualification that can help you pursue a promising career. Job duties. Sports nutritionists plan and implement menus for athletes, consult athletes and their families about nutrition, recommend supplements, plan specialized diets for athletes who suffer from certain illnesses, create teaching material, and make speeches about nutrition for athletic performance. Sports nutritionists can work for professional or amateur teams, gyms and fitness centers, health and wellness centers, as personal consultants, self-employment, or pursue an academic career.
Unit 4. What to expect at your first appointment. Exercise 5, page 11.
Visiting an RD for the first time. What to expect. Have you decided that it's time to go on a diet? Has your physician referred you to a dietitian? Either way, it's time to get informed about what to expect at your first appointment. Visiting an RD is like visiting a psychiatrist. There's a lot of talking, and you're going to be doing most of it. The first question is, what brings you in today? The answer is all yours. It requires a lot of thinking and determination. Later on, the RD will ask you about the condition of your health, medication or supplements you already take, blood results, food allergies, chronic or hereditary diseases, history of weight loss, gain. Try to be as sincere as possible, as this information is crucial. Afterwards, you will be asked about sleep and exercise patterns and relaxation habits. Whether you get any exercise, what type and how often, how active you are at work, who does the cooking at home, etc. Keeping a detailed food record for 3 to 4 days in order for the dietitian to see what type of foods you usually eat, at what time and how often, will enable the RD to trace mistakes. After all this talking, it's time to start developing, along with the RD, a meal plan that will meet your expectations, so you'll be able to keep it. Decide on small changes you can make that will gradually help you achieve your goals, and make sure you ask any questions that come to mind. Before you leave, make your next appointment and don't forget to take a copy of the suggested meal plan for the week ahead.
Unit 5. Diet History. Exercise 5, page 13.
How to conduct a diet history interview. A diet history is the most effective way of collecting dietary intake data. It involves an interview between a registered dietitian, RD, and the person who wants to lose weight. Medical records, eating behaviors, habits, and exercise patterns are discussed. This data is later assessed by the RD in order to select the most suitable dietary plan for each person. Record the interview or make detailed notes so that you have a transcript of what was said. Check that you have been given all the results from blood tests available. Measure the person's waist circumference and calculate their BMI. Ask the person to keep a food record for at least 5 days and ask them to bring it along to the interview. taking the diet history. Find out how much they weighed in high school. When did the person first remember being overweight? Review the food record. Does the person mostly eat in the morning, afternoon, or evening? What lifestyle or behavior patterns affect this? Could it be due to the fact that they live alone, don't enjoy cooking, eat out a lot? Is the person sociable? Do they have much time for socializing? How physically active is the person? How sedentary is their lifestyle? Do they drive to work when they could walk? Do they take the elevator when they could take the stairs instead? Could they make simple changes to their lifestyle to lose weight? Is the person ready and determined to get rid of extra weight and to feel alive?
Unit 6. Food Labels. Exercise 5. Page 15.
Press release. FDA announces more intelligent labeling laws. In order to read food labels intelligently, we need to know some facts about labeling laws. These laws are made by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, and serve to inform the consumer about the contents of packaged foods. Recently, the FDA made an update and issued the new Nutrition Facts label. First of all, according to law, every food label must have the common name of the product, the name and address of the manufacturer, packer, or distributor, the net contents in terms of weight, measure, or count. Then the label must list the ingredients in descending order of predominance by weight, added sugars, trans fats, saturated fats, updated percentage daily value DV of the mandatory vitamins and minerals. The footnote must read, the percentage daily value DV tells you how much a nutrient in a serving of food contributes to a daily diet. 2,000 calories a day is used for general nutritional advice. This information has to be prominently displayed and must be expressed in ordinary words. Whatever is listed first is the ingredient that predominates by weight. Labels often tell you more than the minimum, however. If a nutrient is added to a food, for example vitamin C to a breakfast drink, or if an advertising claim is made, for example that a food is a good source of vitamin A, then the package must provide an information panel that complies fully with the nutrition labeling requirements. Without a complete information panel, nutrition claims could deceive the consumer.
Unit 7. Junk Food. Exercise 5, page 17.
Is junk food ruining your family's health? A lot has been said about the couch potato lifestyle that seems to prevail in today's fast-moving world. People work a lot. They are busy bees and they have hardly any time to spend eating or cooking. Even children and teenagers are brought up eating fast food from early childhood, as modern parents don't bother to provide them with appropriate food. Consequently, childhood obesity is increasing, and teenagers are adopting a lifestyle that rejects homemade food and glorifies junk food. Junk food is food that is high in calories, rich in saturated fats, but has low or no nutritional value, such as pizzas, hamburgers, candy bars, hot dogs, potato chips, etc. Such foods have been blamed for increasing the risk of cancer and cardiovascular and degenerative diseases. One obvious side effect is weight gain. Junk food satisfies the feeling of hunger for a limited period of time, but as it lacks vital nutrients, the person feels hungry shortly after digestion. Some good advice, especially for the younger generation, is to opt for homemade food and to limit the amount of junk food they consume to once or twice a month. Secondly, they should choose wisely. Hamburgers that are high in nutrients and low in fat, pizzas with a vegetable and light cheese topping, salads, and avoid soda. Also, one should never forget to exercise, as it can compensate for eating sprees at fast food restaurants.
Unit 8. The Mediterranean Diet. Exercise 5, page 19.
What you need to know to follow the Mediterranean diet. It is perhaps the world's healthiest diet. Lots of fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and of course, olive oil are consumed by people who follow a Mediterranean diet. Red meat is replaced by fish and poultry, while red wine is consumed moderately. Scientific research reveals that the benefits of this type of nutrition are many. Lower body weight, lower risk for certain types of cancer, colon, stomach, breast, better recovery during, after cancer treatment, lower cholesterol, lower blood glucose, lower risk for heart disease, cardiovascular disease, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, type 2 diabetes, and even depression. Tips for adopting the Mediterranean diet. Replace red meat. Get the protein you need from poultry, chicken, turkey, fish, beans, and nuts. Change the way you cook them. Prefer roasting, steaming, grilling, and avoid frying. Limit the serving size to 3 to 4 ounces. Eat meat sparingly. Eliminate butter and margarine. Replace them with olive oil and other plant-based oils, canola and walnut oil. They are all good sources of healthy monounsaturated fats and omega-3 fatty acids. Replace candy with fruits. They are a great source of vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber. You can sprinkle some brown sugar on top or drizzle with honey. Always keep a bowl of fruit on the kitchen table. Replace processed snacks with nuts. A small bowl of almonds, walnuts mixed with raisins is a portable, healthy snack. Eat whole grains that have not been refined. They are rich in fiber. Use vegetables for snacking, as they are a rich source of vitamins and antioxidants. Take a bowl with fresh, colorful veggies to work. Keep a bowl with washed veggies in the fridge. Always have salad with your meals.
Unit 9. The DASH diet and the alkaline diet. Exercise 5, page 21.
The DASH diet and the alkaline diet. The DASH diet, Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension diet, emphasizes eating the right amounts of a variety of healthy food. Eating a balanced diet helps the body receive the appropriate levels of nutrients to be kept healthy. It is based on foods which are low in sodium, cholesterol, and saturated fats, whole grains, fruit, vegetables, and low-fat dairy products. Apart from losing weight, as the DASH diet is filling and satisfying, it also helps people who have high blood pressure and cholesterol, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, or postmenopausal weight gain. It also protects against osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. The alkaline diet is based on the idea that food affects our pH levels and can make our bodies more acidic or more alkaline. This diet promotes eating foods that are less acidic, such as fresh fruits and vegetables, as opposed to processed food. The reasoning is that too much acid in the body may lead to osteoporosis, a reduction in muscle mass, or even cancer. The body naturally works to keep the pH level between 7.35 and 7.45. Some doctors suggest this diet to patients who suffer from kidney stones and/or kidney disease. They also recommend drinking lots of fluids while abstaining from alcohol and caffeine. The overall effects of this diet are debatable, so a doctor should be consulted before following it.
Unit 10. The 5-2 IF diet and the Atkins diet. Exercise 5, page 23.
Modern dieting. The modern preoccupation with weight management has given rise to numerous dieting programs. It's hard not to get lost in the volume of scientific research available as to which is the best way to lose weight. Two significant diets which have been popular are the 5-2, which was launched in 2012, and the Atkins diet, launched in the 1970s. Let's take a closer look at these. The 5-2 intermittent fasting (IF) diet follows a simple rule. For 5 days you stay under a certain number of calories for a healthy weight, and for 2 days the daily calories are cut down by 75%. So what are the recommended numbers to stick to? For men, 2,500 kilocal or less on 5 days, and 25% of that on 2 days, which is equal to 625 kilocal. For women, it's 2,000 kilocal per day on 5 days, then 500 kilocal on 2 different days. The fasting days cannot be done consecutively. The theory behind this diet is that fasting on and off allows the body to repair damage without going into starvation mode of conserving energy. Also, by cutting calories over a long period of time, not intermittently, the body adapts and weight loss is no longer achieved. In clinical studies, the intermittent fasting diet produced results on par with those of a calorie-restricted diet. Benefits: weight loss, reduced levels of LDL cholesterol, blood glucose, and triglycerides, reduced fat mass, reduced blood pressure, reduced risk of nerve disorders and cancer. Critics of the 5-2 diet claim that it is relatively new and there is not enough evidence to support its effectiveness. The Atkins diet, named after a famous physician, Dr. Atkins, is a low-carb diet that helps weight loss and controls diabetes. It is split into 4 different phases. Phase 1, induction. Eat only 20 grams of carbs a day, with 60 to 75% of these carbs coming from cooked vegetables and salad. Each meal should include around 150 grams of food rich in protein. Phase 2, balancing. Add 5 grams more carbs per week. Gradually include berries, nuts, seeds, and some cheeses. Phase 3, pre-maintenance. When approaching your goal weight, add more carbs to your diet, around 10 grams per week, until weight loss slows down. You can now include pulses and more fruits. Phase 4, lifetime maintenance. Continue eating healthy carbs and cutting fat to avoid regaining weight. Some people are skeptical of this diet and claim that levels of fat and protein are too high and that this diet could have a negative impact on a person's kidneys and liver.
Unit 11. Measuring Body Composition. Introduction. Exercise 5, page 25.
Overview of methods to measure body fat. Clinical researchers in university labs or specialized health centers, and nutritionists and dietitians in their offices deal with body composition and determining body fat. At their disposal are numerous ways to measure body composition, but each one requires a specialized administrator to conduct and assess it. Currently, the most common ones are dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, DEXA, underwater weighing, UWW, isotope dilution, ID, skin fold thickness, SFT, body mass index, BMI, bioelectrical impedance analysis, BIA. The most accurate are DEXA, UWW, and ID. However, due to the fact that they are not portable and are quite costly, they're just not feasible for regular use, especially in epidemiological or field studies. While SFT and BMI are simple to use and a viable option for larger studies, they are the least accurate in terms of measuring body fat. BIA is portable, inexpensive, easy to use, and provides mid-range accuracy. It also doesn't require submersion in water or exposure to radioactivity, making it a good option for professionals working with children.
Unit 12, Measuring Body Composition, Part 1. Exercise 5, page 27.
A closer look at measurement tools BIA and DEXA. Assessing body composition can help clinical researchers and nutritionists and dietitians make safe assessments about a person's nutritional status and thus make the necessary adjustments. This chapter will present two methods of measuring body composition. BIA, bioelectrical impedance analysis, measures body composition by running an electrical current through the body. The idea is that body fat creates a resistance to the current, thus making it measurable. As opposed to adipose tissue, lean tissue has a lower electrical resistance, which provides better conductivity. This is because lean tissue has higher levels of electrolytes and water. BIA is non-invasive, portable, and accurate. How it is administered. Electrodes are placed on a hand and foot of the same side of the body. Patient data, gender, age, height, weight, body frame, and daily activity, is entered into the device, and then an electrical current is turned on. A low level of impedance means a high level of lean body mass. Within a few minutes, results are computed and displayed. Since water levels in the body fluctuate, a patient's hydration status should be evaluated prior to the BIA in order to obtain the best results. DEXA, dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, is an accurate way to evaluate not only lean and fat body mass, but also bone density. As it is an X-ray, it requires a specialized administrator, but it requires much less radiation than a standard X-ray. While other methods merely predict body composition based on variables, DEXA provides a clear visual image. How it is administered. The patient lies flat on a table, and their body is scanned with a very low dose of radiation. The entire procedure takes less than 10 minutes and produces images that allow specialists to determine ratios of total body fat mass, and fat-free mass. It also allows them to measure bone mineral density in the body.
Unit 13, Measuring Body Composition, Part 2. Exercise 5, page 29.
A closer look at measurement tools, SFT, UWW, BMI, and ID. Taking skin fold thickness, SFT, measurements is a common method for determining body fat composition. An assessment can be made by checking 4 to 7 sites, parts of the body. The technician pinches the skin and uses a skin fold caliper to measure the thickness of the skin fold for each site. The numbers are plugged into a formula and body composition is estimated. Drawbacks. Body fat distribution and inexperienced technicians can affect the accuracy of the measurement. Underwater weighing, UWW, or hydrostatic weighing is based on comparing a person's body weight outside of water to their weight while completely submerged. Along with the density of the water, operators can trace the person's density, which is then used to estimate body composition. Drawbacks. Inconvenient and expensive method. BMI, body mass index, calculates a person's tissue mass, muscle, fat, and bone based on their height and weight. The resulting number places them in one of 4 categories: underweight, below 18.5, normal weight, 18.5 to 24.9, overweight, 25 to 29.9, obese, 30 to 34.9, and extremely obese, 35 plus. The higher the number, the higher the risk for diseases associated with body fat, such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes. BMI equals mass, kilograms, divided by height, square meters, equals mass, pounds, divided by height, square inches, multiplied by 703. Drawback, not accurate. Isotope dilution, ID, hydrometry, assesses body composition by analyzing the levels of isotope dilution space after person is given a dose of deuterium oxide. Samples of saliva, urine, or plasma are checked after equilibration by either isotope ratio mass spectrometry or Fourier transform infrared spectrometry. Drawback, specialized knowledge is required.
Unit 14. Applying for a job. Exercise 5, page 31.
Welcome to Job Lister. Job title: Nutritionist. Date of opening: March 15th. Employer: Rochester Health Department. Job description: The desired candidate will educate health professionals and the public on nutrition, lead an information campaign about special diets, prepare and present reports about the latest research on the association between diet and disease, and work as part of a multidisciplinary team. Qualifications: A licensed nutritionist with at least 5 years' work experience in a relevant role, and proven experience in carrying out research and public information campaigns. He/she must possess excellent communication skills, be a team player, and be able to demonstrate leadership skills. Excellent computer skills are a requirement for the role, and knowledge of foreign languages will be considered a plus. He/she must have a driver's license. All applicants must provide a recent CV outlining education and job-related skills, accompanied by a cover letter and letters of recommendation. Click here to email your application.
Unit 15. Job interviews. Exercise 5, page 33.
The do's and don'ts of job interviews. Being interviewed can be quite stressful. Here are the keys to having a great job interview. Job seekers who follow these simple rules and guidelines will be more likely to have a successful interview. Do's. Do arrive early, at least 10 minutes. Late arrival for a job interview is inexcusable. If you are running late, be sure to call the company and let them know. Do dress in clean, professional clothes. Do brush your teeth beforehand. Do make a good first impression. Greet the receptionist or assistant politely and show respect. Do bring extra copies of your CV, even if you've sent them your CV with extra information. Do shake hands firmly and sit upright. Have the appropriate body language, posture, eye contact, and confident manners. Do answer all questions honestly and never lie. Do show your interest in the company and the position. Ask questions you have prepared to discuss beforehand. Don'ts. Don't memorize or over-rehearse your answers. Don't chew gum during the interview or smoke before the interview. Don't answer your phone or tell jokes. Don't say anything negative about former colleagues, supervisors, or companies. Don't bring up controversial topics such as religion, politics, etc. Don't think the interview is over until you walk out the door. Don't talk about your problems, health, family, personal.
AVN Pharma Education.